Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July, 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence, the first-class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful. It was strategic.
Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
My experience was great.
It was amazing, transformative.
I was blown away by the speakers.
Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
This was a world-class conference. I will be here for Shift 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
That point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where a poor man becomes a rich man. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny.
Success is a journey, it's not a destination. The mistake too many people make is to say, I have arrived. No. You need to stay on entrepreneurial shift.
You have to have a huge desire for the thing that you really, really want. So if that means you have to spend 40, 60, 80 hours a week to get there, that's a burning desire. Who has a burning desire to build wealth today?
Sometimes you won't have all the answers. Neither do the men. 50% of our population cannot be sitting back. God bless you.
Get up, ladies. Get up, men. Get up, children. Get up and run with the light that you have.
In life, if you don't move, words without action is nothing. So when you told your neighbor shift, did you shift? In this book, you will find out that to make changes can be very uncomfortable, but when you start, it gets easier.
Hello and welcome to the Leadership Live for this Monday. I know it's Tuesday for some of us already. Great. Wow. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. As usual, in the chat room, whatever platform you're on, YouTube or Facebook or X or Instagram, yes, help us to type in the chat room the city and country you're joining us from. This is a leadership community of thousands of people from all over the world, right? And we are bringing a paradigm shift in the area of leadership. We're raising the leadership quotient, not only for our families or organizations, but also for whole nations. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam 7. Joining us from Kumasi, Ghana. Thank you. Always here. Awesome gentleman. Thank you, Olawumi from Canada. Wow. Oh, thank you, Yemisi. I say big amen to that. Thank you, Maurice, joining us from Zambia. Amazing. And Ambassador Dr. Stephen from Lagos. Always here. Thank you. Olaleko from Abeokuta. Samuel Abuja. Pastor Tim Baker joining us from Chicago. Thank you. Charles from N'Djamena, Chad. Oh, that's beautiful. That's one city and country I almost visited, didn't make it, but I'm sure I'm going to be there not long from now. Right? Thank you, Adewale from Lagos. And thank you, my good friend, Anne from Los Angeles, California. Thank you. Yes. Mrs. Kings from Nigeria. Ebenezer from Cyprus. See, I said it's a global community, right? Thank you, Matthew from Abuja. Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Kingdom Man from Kano. Amazing. Anthony from Oyo. Christopher from Abuja. Adelaide from Ilori. Brume from Lagos. Oluwafemi from Abuja. And Olasumbo from Ontario, Canada. Christian joined us from Naples, Italy. And Vino joined us from Windhoek, Namibia. Roland from Blantyre, Malawi. Patrick from Nigeria. Festus from Cambridge, UK. Amazing, right? Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Like we normally do, right? Can you repost, retweet, share, bring someone in? See, when the leader improves, when the leader gets better, everybody gets better, right? It pays everyone. That's what Craig Rochelle says all the time. Amazing. Where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. And it's absolutely important for us all to cultivate our leadership skills or capacity, because in our community, we believe that everyone can lead. As long as, one, the world believed that only few people are born to lead, everybody else is born to follow. Majority of the world abandoned our leadership responsibilities, and then we scream and cry when just a few people take us where we don't want to go. Right? The definition of leadership as we understand it now is influence, ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. Once you bring the definition down to influence, everything changes. Everything changes, because we all can influence. We all are influencing already. It's just that most of us are not intentional about our influence, about cultivating it and about using it. If we want our world to be better, yes, that's what we've got to do. So yes, please use your influence right away. Call someone, Drag someone in here if you really love them, right? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Yeah, I'm reposting on X right now. Yes, to bring it to some people's attention. Wow, how have you been? Amazing. Thank you, Bamidele from Surulere, Lagos. For me from Lagos, Ayodele Lori, Ayo Lagos, Solomon Lekiaja, Achimugu from Lokoja. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So happy to have you all. Thank you, Jeremy from Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Wow. Thank you. Of course. So many people. Dr. Vivian, good to see you. Onesmus from Kenya, good to see you. I can call out everybody. Thank you, Richard from Ghana. I can call out everybody, but yes, bear with me. Let's get straight into business, okay? Do you have your copy yet? Shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble. It's in the major bookshops in major cities around the world, Australia, UK, everywhere. Okay. If your bookshop does not have it in stock, ask them to get it for you, right? Or just simply order direct online. It's available on Target, available on Walmart, right? For those of us that are in North America. Awesome. Okay, just in case somebody is wondering what is Shifts about. Oh, it's a powerful transformation methodology. Powerful transformation methodology. What do we all want? We want our lives to improve. We want our lives to change. We want our lives to be improved. We want to experience some improvement. But most transformation efforts in our world fail. Period. Most. Why? Several reasons. A lot of people set goals, right? A lot of people set goals. January this year, the first quarter is ending now. And for some people already, things are not working out, right? So sometimes, right, the problem is the new things we're trying to bring into our lives, or for those of us that lead organizations that we're trying to bring into our organizations, or even those of us that are leading nations, the changes we're trying to bring in were not provided for in the foundation, in the design, okay, of the individual life or organization or nation. I studied civil engineering, right? Started my career as a civil engineer. So I know you've got to have a plan, right, before you build. And then you can't get to the site and begin to build what was not designed for. It turns what you're building into a coffin, right? Or something that is not even going to take off at all, that is not going to work, right? So the shifts methodology takes you back down into that design, okay, and gives you the tools for redesigning, for expanding your capacity from the inside, right? Laying the foundation. When you look at a building, you usually don't see the foundation, do you? Yes, we call it substructure. So there's that invisible part that holds the visible part and determines how far the visible part can go, how much load it can carry, right? That's how it works. So that's what the SHIFT principle is about. SHIFT is an acronym for see, hear, insight, formulate, transform, succeed. And there's a principle that binds these two together, the see and the hear. Whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your subconscious or enter your heart. And whatever goes in there puts your life on autopilot. That's how habits are formed. When you do something repeatedly, you do something repeatedly for 30 days or more, they say. Once it becomes routine, then it just becomes a habit. But this is how it works. Your mind pushes it down to the subconscious level. That subconscious level, that's automatic. Whenever anything that goes in there goes on auto, you think without thinking consciously, right? You think at an unconscious. So that is what processes your decision making, right? It's more powerful than your conscious mind. So you set a new goal with your conscious mind. If it is not in alignment with the subconscious programming, the subconscious one will overrun it, because we call it second nature. We call it habit. So when you need to make quick decisions, when you are not even doing any deep thinking, that's what will decide eventually what you're going to do. All right. So you consciously begin to shift things by changing what you see and hear every day. That's why I have goals written on paper, stuck on the wall. Near my bed, I have pages printed off the internet. I have checks written in my name with some big figures I've never gotten before. I have pictures that describe my future and things like that. And once you get those two levels right, you get into the level of insight. You do deep reflection, right? You do deep reflection on what you're seeing and hearing. Then you get insights. You establish cause and effect connections. It is when I do this that I'll get that result. Wow, that's not what I've been doing. Okay, instead of doing this, I'll now begin to do that, right? That's formulation. The point at which you make decisions, that's when you change. That's where your life changes. You make decisions, then you now take new action. And you take that action repeatedly, 30 days or more, then it now changes the programming inside, right? It becomes your new normal. And then you achieve success, and you can repeat that over and over and over. The details are here. Practical tools. Each chapter has lesson, stories. It has exercises for you to do. It even lists the stumbling blocks, the stumbling blocks to the application of the lessons in the chapter, and then the key takeaways from each chapter. It's amazing, right? Okay, so if you're in the place where you have access to other online, if you haven't, just go ahead and do yours right now. Get yours right away. Oh, if you got a copy, you've started reading it. If you've read at least one chapter, okay? If you've read at least one chapter, please go on Amazon or any of these platforms and write a review, right? There are more people in the world who don't know me than the ones that know me. So the ones that don't know, they at least want some reference, right? They want some idea about the value they will get. That's why your review is just so, so powerful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I'm going to share a thought. And then you can ask me questions in the chat room. Okay, good. I know you saw the video from our Shift Conference Lagos earlier on. It was amazing. It was powerful. Shifted our value-adding events to a new level for this year. So we have the next one coming up in Lagos. Now it's not going to be as big as Shift. Shift had a few thousands of people. This next one, maximum 100. Absolute maximum. Maybe 50, maybe 75, but 100 absolute maximum. May 23rd and 24th, Lagos, Nigeria. May 23rd and 24th, Lagos, Nigeria. We call it the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. It's for people that want to go 10x, 100x, or 1000x. I've gone through it several times in my life. That's what I want for anybody now. With the changes that are going on, it's not a time to shrink. It's a time to multiply. It's a time to set big shift goals. And we're going to guide you through the process. And if you have any challenges, maybe in your business or whatever organization you're running or in your career, we have people. I'm bringing one or two of my friends that have a lot of decades of experience in business, humongously successful. And together we will answer questions. We will resolve issues there that will make people jump, right? Remember, 10x, 100x, 1000x. That's what I'm going for this year. That's what we are going for on our team. And I hope you're coming along there too. All right. How do you deal with setbacks? Right? How do you deal with setbacks? This topic is so important because practically everybody experiences setbacks, and the inability to correctly interpret those setbacks and to manage them is one major reason why a lot of people are stranded in their lives. This is the time to come out unstuck. We're just ending the first quarter for this year, and some people have experienced setbacks already. Some people lost their jobs already. Massive changes going on around the world, right? Some of the major decisions going on around the world affecting businesses, affecting individuals, affecting families, and so on. Okay? So we've got to learn to be able to deal with setbacks. It's a major subject in the school of success. Let me put it like that. I had a major setback many years ago. And if you've had my story before, you would know this story. How, like if you are in Nigeria, you can identify with this, that right now, for a lot of young people in Nigeria, let me just say people, the solution to our problem is just to find a way to get out of Nigeria, okay? So I was in that state many years ago. That was some 35, 36 years ago, right? I was out of college and was trying to get the job and could not. Application after application. I submitted so many applications and it was dashed hopes after dashed hopes, right? And then this opportunity just showed up to go attend a Bible school in the UK for a session. And it wasn't only me. My younger brother also got the admission. We actually got the admission and got the admission letters. We had not been there, but someone went, right? Somebody went to the UK, and somebody from our church, a wealthy businessman, along with our pastor, and they were able to get us the admission, right? Remember, this was many years ago. Okay, so it was like done deal, So, oh, Sam, thank you. He says, boss, if you can't afford it now, don't worry. Always join the Leadership Live with Dr. Sam. He's teaching similar principles here. Just apply those principles and succeed. But remember to grab your copy when you're able. Blessings. That's one of the best pieces of advice I've seen anyone give. And that's what I always wish to tell people when they say they cannot afford any of our programs. I say it's absolutely nothing to worry about. Just imagine that almost every week we're here dishing out value, dishing out information free, right? And then you go online on my Instagram page, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on X, and you find loads and loads and loads and loads of material. That's where to start from, right? Apply. That's the main thing. At some point, it's not even what you know that now counts, but what you do with what you know. Most of the time, actually, that's what works. So you apply. So the point is, if you apply, you're going to get results. When you get results, then you'll be able to afford some level of program. You apply some more, you get more results, and then you're able to afford more. That's it. But everybody, the volume of free stuff that we have outside, or at least that we have in low-cost items like books and so on, is phenomenal, right? That's the way it works. Nobody should feel bad for not being able to afford anything. Yeah, like my mentor says, Dr. David Oyedepo, he says, life is in phases and men are in sizes, right? Okay, good. So back to my story. Anyway, just a few weeks to the trip to the UK, something went wrong between the people coordinating, and everything fell apart. Everything fell apart. Not only were we holding our admission letters to the UK, we were also already holding our tickets. Then, of course, it was paper tickets, of course, only. We were already holding our tickets. So this thing was really, really going to be good, right? And life-changing, you know. And then everything collapsed. The whole arrangement collapsed. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was like, oh, the bottom fell out. The bottom fell out. That was the best option I could imagine for getting out of misery, right? For getting out of deprivation. And it collapsed. Hey, no job. However, I look back now and I realize it's amazing, right? A closed door is not a vote of no confidence on your destiny. It's a redirection. It's a redirection. Sometimes it's about the season. Sometimes it's about the timing, right? More often than not, our perspective is not complete at that point in time. Anyway, so I couldn't go anywhere. But eventually, things turned around, right? Things turned around, and honestly, looking back now, I would not wish to do it any other way, right? It's amazing. What we don't know is more than what we know. Okay. Start from here. Yeah. If you experience a setback, if you're experiencing one at the moment, take this. Setbacks are normal. Setbacks are a normal part of the human experience. If you see highly successful people and you allow that thought, to stick to your mind that they are highly successful because life is easier on them, you are grossly mistaken. Grossly. In fact, how do you make assumptions about people's lives without getting close to them and hearing their stories? But that's exactly what we're having in our world right now. I honestly, I love young people a lot. So I feel this empathy for young people. Why? Because the pictures you see in one day now would be like the pictures we saw in 6 months to 1 year before. You bombarded everywhere, because this thing that we carry around all over the place, it's bombarding our minds with pictures. And they're usually idealized pictures, right? People post their best shots, their best lives online. How many people post when they're angry, right? Or when they're acting crazy, right? How many people post, people post when they're looking good, right? And then when we experience setbacks, then something is telling us, oh, something is wrong with us. Not just that something is wrong with our lives, but that something is wrong with us. Why are we not like them? Who said? Who knows what everybody is covering up? I've been through things that there is no way anybody would know except if I said them. I've been through tough challenges. Tough challenges. Woo! I was in school, an engineering student. My dad's business was going through such a difficult time that I did not hear from them. They did not hear from me. There was no need contacting anybody because I knew there was nothing at home. God bless the 4 gentlemen 3 gentlemen. Is it 3? 4. 4 gentlemen that we just got close together, right? And got 2 rooms close to each other so we could stay together. They were such a blessing, right? Because whatever anybody got, then we shared and ate together. God bless them. Tough, right? Tough. I went with my dad to the court when he couldn't pay the rent for the house. I went with him, right, to the court. What are you talking about? So I'm just saying, setbacks are a normal part of life. Don't allow anything or anybody to make you feel like something especially wrong with you just because you had a setback. No. They say the grass always looks greener on the other side of the fence. That's it. Just keep looking at other people's lives and it looks like their lives are perfect. Who said? So take this. Setbacks are normal, right? So that's why in our community here, we say that we don't recognize failure. We don't fail. Okay? We only learn and grow. We don't fail here. We only learn and grow. Okay? So when the setback happens, how should I handle it? Feel the emotions, right? Feel the emotions. They just give you a sack letter, got a divorce letter, got an eviction letter or whatever. Feel the emotions. If you feel like crying, cry, right? Feel it, okay? Feel the emotions. Let it out. Don't bottle in negative emotions. Feel the emotions. And then cut it short. Don't build a monument on the mistake or the setback. Don't build a monument on the setback. You know what I mean? Don't celebrate the setback and be talking about the failure and talking. No. Grieve for a short period of time, then stop. The next thing you should do is to seek for a new perspective. Seek for a new perspective. I've been saying something for several months now. Crisis gives clarity. Crisis gives clarity. Crisis gives clarity. When something doesn't work, it points you in the direction of what should work. Yep, it points you. So it means there were some basic assumptions that you had. Maybe something was wrong with your assumptions. Then shift. Look at the situation with new eyes. Look at the situation in a different way. Seek to gain new perspective. How do you do that? Read a book. Read a book, right? Get a mentor. Attend a conference. Attend a live event like this, right? That's why this is huge. Get a new perspective. See it in a new way. There isn't only one way of seeing something, right? There was this bank executive who lost his job on a Friday. He was actually a director in the bank, and there was some little politics, and the others decided to get him out. And he got the information at the close of work on Friday. There isn't much you can do during the weekend. So, so he said he was driving to go for a retreat. He was driving to go for a retreat, to have some quiet time by himself, to think, to reflect on everything. And he wanted to play a cassette in his car. While he was, his hand was pressing the buttons, he just had this cool voice on radio. It was my voice. It was on radio broadcast, then Success Power. And he just had that voice saying, this is not a time to give up. This is not a time to give up. You have to try again. What? He said he was overwhelmed. It was like he said it was like I was speaking to him directly. Right? he was driving on this long bridge in Lagos, Nigeria. He parked on the bridge, right? When I gave an address, then he ran into the boot of his car, to get his notebook from his bag, just so he could take down the address. Eventually, we met. We met one day at an event. He told me his story. It was amazing. He said that gave him so much encouragement. Gave him so much encouragement. He just decided to let it go and then look for what next would come. Eventually, he got another position, in the financial services sector. It was a huge position. I was so happy for him when he told me, okay, if you're going to see things in a new way, right, you need to read, you need to talk to positive people. This is important, okay? Seek positive people. The time when you experience a setback is not the time to hang around negative people. Hang around people that will tell you it's your fault. Excuse me. Setbacks happen to good people. Setbacks happen to good people. So don't let anybody run down your self-esteem. I know it's human nature, right? I know it's human nature that when you have a setback, then people run their mouths, right? Yeah, it's an opportunity for self-righteousness, for people to, try to point out what you did wrong. I'm telling you, the fact that you got a setback is not always proof that you did something wrong. So don't even start from there, okay? Yeah, I had a setback once like that. I went to visit someone and the person just washed me down, right? Oh, I felt small. My legs were shaking as I left the place. I told myself, this is not what I need to hear now. I'm not coming back here again until things change. This is not what I need to hear now. Yes, don't be addicted to negative encouragement, okay? Negative reinforcement. Oh, no. Okay, so hang around positive people. There is hardly anyone who's achieved any meaningful success who has not been through difficult times before. So the amazing thing is, when things are therefore tough for you and you approach, people like that, you'll be amazed the stories you'll hear. And then it will encourage you and help you know there's nothing specially wrong with you. If successful people like that have also gone through difficult times or are going through difficult times, right? If successful people are going through difficult times, then nothing is fundamentally wrong with you, right? It's just life is happening, that's all. Okay. So you get a new perspective, right? There isn't only one way to go. I mean, like, I've seen people who were sacked. Yes, Mitchell, thank you. Hang around positive people. Now, I've seen people who lost their jobs and who started businesses as a result, right? Perhaps you remember the story of Colonel Sanders and how he started the KFC, right? As an old man. As an old man. These days, I'm making a big deal about entrepreneurship. I'm making a big deal about entrepreneurship. If you're the kind of a person that loves security and that's what you always believe, though, if you could just get a good job and if things go normally, then you stay there, and things are not normal anymore. So a setback can happen just to jolt you and to know things are not normal anymore, right? And I'm saying you have a little bit more control when you develop entrepreneurial skills, right? Good. Seek to get a new perspective. Seek positive people. And this is big. Decide to try again. Decide to try again. Now that's big. I read a book many years ago titled How to Bounce Back from Failure to Success in 30 Seconds. How to Bounce Back from Failure to Success in 30 seconds. I could not wait to read it. It was a friend that was reading it. I was on his neck. You've got to give me this book to read. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And that was when things were really rough for me, right? How to Bounce Back from Failure to Success in 30 Seconds by Dave Dean. I got the book and it was like, Oh, wow. Okay. The author said, you can bounce back from failure to success in 30 seconds because that is how long it takes you to make up your mind to try again. Oh, whoa. That is how long it takes you to try again. 30 seconds. Make up your mind. That's what I'm asking someone to do today. Thank you, Victor Fakoya. I've been following for 29 years. The Shift Conference reawakened my dreams. I got the Shift book recently. Sure to meet you soon. Absolutely. Been following for 29 years. Thank you. That is amazing. Hope we get to meet soon, right? Okay. This issue of decision making is a big deal, isn't it? It's a big deal when it comes to achieving success. Because some people never make up their minds, right? And life doesn't work like that. Life just seems to make a pathway for the person whose mind is made up. You've got to make a practice of making up your mind. Get as much information as you want, balance it with your intuition, your sensing on the inside. Make up your mind. Okay? People that succeed usually make up their minds. The ones that don't make up their minds usually find it difficult to succeed. It's very... See, I know why many of us don't make up our minds. We can't figure out how to achieve the goal. So we want to be able to figure out how to achieve the goal before we make up our mind. It doesn't work like that. You make up your mind first. Then your system opens up to capture or download the how. It's amazing how you attract the how after you've decided what. Yes, I'm asking you to make up your mind. Make up your mind to start the business, right? Yeah. If I start the business, how will I get the capital? Oh, read the story of Dr. Frank Gonzalez in Think and Grow Rich. For 2 years, he had been saying, if I had $1 million, I would build this school in Illinois State. And then one day, the thought just came to him. You've been talking about it for 2 years. When are you going to get it? He gave it a deadline. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going to get the $1 million in 2 weeks. And instantly an idea came to him. Why don't you actually preach on it? Because he was going to preach in church on Sunday. And then he preached the message. What I would do if I had $1 million. Somebody walked up from the back to him with his cap in hand and said, I believe you will do what you said you will do if you got $1 million. This is my business card. If you show up in my office tomorrow, I'll give you a check for $1 million, right? He decided, I think was it Friday? He got the check on Monday. I'm asking you to make up your mind. Make up your mind to try again. Decide first. Decide first. I know it's risky, right? Because you failed before. Exactly. So decide to try again. And after you decided, what should you do? Try again. Try again. Try again. When you were learning how to walk as a child, you hit your bum on the ground a few times, didn't you? God bless your parents and everybody around. Were they not cheering you, hailing you? But when you're an adult, it doesn't work like that anymore. As an adult, when you fail, then people criticize you, right? And then we lose the confidence to try again. Well, in our community, we are cheering you on today. We're encouraging you and to let you know. Most people don't take action. It's because you tried. That's why you failed. Most people don't even try, right? I have tremendous respect for the person that tries and fails. Much more respect than for the person who doesn't even try at all because they don't want to fail. Well, they don't fail, but also they don't succeed. So try again and again and again, because there's a basic principle for success, and it's persistence. It's an imperfect world. Nobody guarantees you things are going to work perfectly the first time, right? Yes, it's still early in the year. Let's go for it. Let's go for it again, because there are amazing accomplishments ahead of you this year. And I'm actually saying you got to expect big things. You've got to set big goals. Yes, I have failed many times. Oh, your message is comforting me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just vary it each time you try. Just change something and then try again. Change something. And have you heard the story of Thomas Edison and how he tried 10,000 times before he could invent the incandescent light bulb? And his assistant said to him after some time, "Sir, we failed 5,000 times. Let's leave this thing." He said, No, we've not failed 5,000 times. We've only discovered 5,000 ways in which it will not work. We're closer to the answer now than when we started. That's the new perspective I was talking about. The young person says, we failed 5,000 times, let's stop. The older person says, oh no, it doesn't work like that. Having failed 5,000 times, we've discovered 5,000 ways in which it will not work. We're closer to the answer now than when we started. This is not the time to start. That's what I'm saying about the new perspective. Okay? Make up your mind to try again and try again. Has this been helpful to anyone? Yes. Organize that event. Change something. Give it your best shot. Right? Launch that product again. Start that business again. Right? Give it your best shot. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You have any questions for me before we go? It's it's still morning in some places. It's afternoon in some places. It's evening where I am. It's night already in some places. Okay. Good question here. How do you deal with doubts that surface when you're about to make big shifts? Okay, so first, normal, right? Those doubts are normal. So some people assume, oh, the people that succeed is because they don't even have any doubt, they don't have any fear. Thank you for all the yeses. Thank you. Right? Okay, so it's it's because things are perfect. That's why. Oh no, most people that achieve big goals do it with fear. The only thing is they do not allow the fear to stop them. If that fear, that doubt is proof that you are going for the right goals. If the goals don't create doubt in your mind, then the goals are too small. You know, I say always to people, you had all your life, don't bite more than you can chew. Don't bite more than you can chew. I tell people, bite more than you can chew so that God will help you to chew it. Right? Good. How do you deal with doubts that surface when you're about to make big shifts? Know that the doubts are normal. Secondly, you need those positive voices in your mind. So read some more. What's creating the doubt? What are you afraid about? Research it. And then, is there someone around you who's achieved the kind of success you are trying to achieve now? Talk to them, right? Talk to them. That will help your confidence quite a bit. But let me say this. There's no guarantee the doubts will be completely eliminated. But as long as you have the peace in your heart that that's the goal you really need to go for, then go for it. Thank you. Labanji says this message has been very helpful. Thank you, 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 thank you. Oh, this is a testimonial from Dr. Stephen. By your inspiration, I had my first public speaking engagement last Saturday, and the conference was a huge success. We had over 200 people in attendance. Listen, if there is one characteristic we need from members of this community, it's action orientation. It puts you ahead of most people because I said it earlier, most people don't take action. So congratulations, Dr. Stephen. This is good. This is leadership. This is influence, right? Fantastic. The more of us will do that, the better our world is going to be. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh, Mary is asking how constant is this program? Will this program be running? Most Mondays, except I'm on the road because I travel a lot. But most Mondays, we have this program at about the same time. And we always put out the notice on Monday, right? Sola is asking, how best can one's mindset be shifted? Because a lot of time, what rules us is mindset, which has been shaped by backgrounds and experience. The answer to that is a whole seminar. Actually, that's what this book is about, right? Shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. Just change what you're seeing and hearing every day. Change what you're seeing and hearing every day. Change what you're seeing and hearing every day. Think, reflect deeply on what you're hearing and take action, right? The book provides fantastic steps to take. How do I get your new book Shifts? I'm suspecting you're in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, the book is available at Family First Bookshop. It's on the premises of Daystar Christian Center, Oregon, Lagos. Also, Roving Heights Bookshop. Roving Heights has bookshops around Nigeria, and they also deliver all over Nigeria. They deliver if you order from them. So whatever platform you're on now, search for at Roving Heights and send them a DM, right? Or just ask them, how do I get Shifts by Sam Adeyemi from your bookshop? And they'll take it up from there. As an entrepreneur in Nigeria, capital is a big setback. How do we deal with them? Good question, right? Good question. There are different ways you can get capital. You just adapt to your environment, right? The interest rates in the banks are really high, really high. You have, in some parts of the world, the banks will be chasing you if you have good credit, with funds to run your small business. In Nigeria, it's a bit different. So what do? Number one, make sure you save. Make sure you save from your income. If you are earning money anyway, make sure you save. That's a starting point. The next step, of course, is that you talk to people who like you, people who love you, right? And raise money from them. And most of the time, you can actually get interest-free funds, right, from people. I'll tell you one thing, though. Some people complain that people that have money are not willing to help them. I'll tell you why. There are a few questions that someone would ask you, and they will know whether they will get their money back or whether you'll burn the money. If I ask you, if you tell me, for example, that you need $10,000 to start your business, I ask you, so how much do you have out of it? If you say nothing, I won't give you a dime, okay? I won't give you a dime because wisdom tells me what you did to your money is exactly what you will do to mine. You'll blow it, right? If you tell me, oh, I have $2,000 or I have $3,000, that tells me something already, right? That you're good with financial management. So those two go together. You've got to save something because of the kind of an environment you're in. High interest rates from the banks, then you've got to save money. There's nothing else to it. And then, yes, you raise funds from people that like you, that love you. You can sell an asset, right? You can sell an asset. Again, if you have the habit of saving, the likelihood is you'll also have assets because you'll use the savings to access assets. At the Shift conference, our guest speaker, Dr. Gabriel Obeche, who's achieved humongous success in business, talked about how he started. And when he needed money, for the first supply of petroleum, first supply of a truck of a petroleum product, he just went to his broker, his stockbroker, because he had the habit of sending money every month to the stockbroker, help me to buy shares for me. Then he said, how much can we can we get if we sell those shares? And it was a bit just what he needed, right? That's it. So yes, those are a few effective ways. I'll tell you one last one. You can actually use other people's money. What exactly do you want to sell? Right? What product do you want to sell? If it's a product and you are to acquire the products from a wholesaler, if you have integrity and you know the person who's going to sell, right, you can actually get the goods from them with the promise to return their money in 30 days. If you keep your promise, if you ask for, say, double the amount of products the next time, they're likely to give you. Once you've not disappointed someone, you've not lied to someone, you kept your promise, you will find out that integrity is practically cash, right, in business. That's important. Final advice I'll give you: don't plan to start your business with spending a big amount of money. We don't do business like that anymore. We don't start business like that anymore, right? I tell people, when we were in school, they took us into the lab, and whatever we did, they said it was experiment. It was small quantities of chemicals that we used. You use big quantities of chemicals, you'll burn down the lab. So they say when you want to start with an MVP, minimum viable product, this smallest level of product. Okay, do your experimenting with that. Gather the data. Find what works, find what doesn't work, do more of what works. Wow, that was a seminar. I should send you an invoice. Just a joke. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. We have just a few minutes to go. Remember, at the beginning, we showed the video of our C-suite retreat, which we had at Marrakesh, Morocco, last July. This meeting, the C-suite retreat, small-sized, maximum 20. It's for C-suite leaders, right? Top executives, founders of organizations. We deal with issues that are peculiar to that level of leadership. It's amazing. And of course, we spoil them, right? We spoil them because we're dealing with high-level leaders here. The networking quality is phenomenal. We discuss things that they don't teach you in the MBA class, right? Peculiar things. We resolve issues. Okay, so our next port of call is in Dubai, July 8 to 11, 2025. Most of our seats are taken, but we have just a few left. And if you are interested, please send an email. Send me an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com, or you go on my Linktree. That's whatever platform you're on. It's in my bio. The link is in my bio to my Linktree. So you'll see the various events we have there. I'll tell you definitely that you'll see that Business and Leadership Accelerator for Lagos, and you need to grab your seat fast. Very soon, you'll see the wait list for the Business and Leadership Accelerator program for Toronto, Canada, second weekend in June, and then July, the retreat in Dubai, very important, July 8 to 11. And then you'll see the wait list for the Shift conference, right? Good. So what's going to happen is when you go on my Linktree, you will have the opportunity to book a discovery call, just a chat for 10 to 15 minutes to discuss about it, because we actually curate the list of people that can come in. Then you can get full information about what it's about, okay? Please book a call if you want to be a part of the Dubai event. And then September 13, Saturday, September 13, we're having the Shift conference USA. Whoa, it's holding in the DMV area, right? DC, Maryland, Virginia. Promises to be powerful. Only one Shift conference in North America this year. Only one, right? And I think it's actually the only other one apart from the Shift conference Lagos. So if you're anywhere in Canada, USA, or South America, or Central America, you want to come, you want to get on the wait list now. samadeyemi.com/waitlist USA. And whoever is on the wait list, those are the first set of people who give the opportunity to buy the tickets. That's it. All right. How can someone cope with loneliness? Let me just take a few questions and we'll be done. How can someone cope with loneliness in the journey of leadership? Naturally, leadership is lonely because the higher you go, the fewer the people that can relate with your experiences. It can be painful that you'll be trying to share your pains with people and they will not validate you because they can't even relate with what you're going through. So you've got to seek out leaders at your level or at higher levels. Now it's got to be an active seeking. This is important, right? This has got to be an active seeking. Now, for leaders at your level or at higher levels, to take you a little bit of effort, you also want to find the ones whose values are in alignment with yours. That's important. So the fact that people are leaders does not mean that automatically their values align with yours, right? Some people will teach you bad things. So yeah, so you belonging to associations, professional associations helps. Leveraging, if you go to a religious center, you go to a church, that really helps also. Those are places where you can do your active seeking, okay? Or it may be to a club, okay? How can someone achieve their goals when they get negative feedback from people around them? Shut them out. Change your circle. It's very important. Change some of the people in your circle. I know there are some people you can't change. You can't change your spouses anyhow like that. You can change your siblings, right? However, you've got to use distance to manage the space between you and people who are going to run you down. Very important, right? Very, very, you've got to use distance and bring the ones that are positive closer. It's your choice, actually. It's not, nobody's tied you with ropes to anybody. So exercise your freedom to choose the people you listen to the most. Edwin says, you helped me start the challenge of investing money and making savings. Wow. Which country is that? Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Sam Steven, happy birthday to you. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. Good. Oh, thank you, Mitchell. Yes, you want to know about my books? samadeyemi.com/books. samadeyemi.com/books. Because I have other books online, like Lead. That's an amazing book. Dear Leader is a powerful companion for shifts. You got to get that book, Dear Leader, your flagship guide to successful leadership. And then, if you want to shift your finances, you got to read The Parable of Dollars. If you want to change your mindset, read Success is Who You Are. Amazing, right? samadeyemi.com/books. Thank you, Pastor Daniel. Oh, yes, Kampala. Yes. Okay, yes. He just shared the testimonial. Kampala, Uganda. Amazing. Almost done. How can one protect one's idea in the course of securing funding from agent investors? right? You make people to sign NDAs. Make people to sign NDAs, right? That's first step. Yes, non-disclosure agreements provided for you by a lawyer. Do it with the advice of a lawyer, because your intellectual property is your properties. It's as valuable as a skyscraper, right? Good. So you don't want someone stealing that easily. Good. Oh wow, another testimonial. I started my writing business at the kind courtesy of your inspiration. I did this with no capital because you told me to exchange my value for the cash I need. I'm grateful. Whenever I'm in Nigeria, I would, oh wow, okay. Oh wow, amazing. Congratulations. I love it. I love it, because money is just an idea, right? Fantastic. Started with no money. I have experienced some huge setbacks recently in a project and felt like giving up, but this session has provided me inspiration to try again. Thank you. Yes, Osa says you are appreciated. I cannot wait for the audible version. Oh, yes. First, please remember there's the e-version that you can download and read immediately for shifts. It's available on Amazon, right? It's available on wiley.com. And then the audio version is dropping just a few weeks to go, just a few weeks. On May 6, 2025, the audio version of Shifts will be released. Can't wait, right? Because that you can listen to it on the road, on the way to work, or while you're jogging. Fantastic. Thank you. How can I get a hard copy of Shift from Uganda? Presently, I'm not aware of any bookshop that is selling there, but and I'm not sure if you can order straight from Amazon. If we find out, we'll sure make some noise about it, right? Thank you, everybody. I hope this has been helpful a little bit. Remember, Dr. Vivian is asking a general star, how do you maintain relevance over 30 years plus without burnout? Good question. I think I'm going to stop with that. Right? Good question, right? No one is designed to give and give and give and give, work and work and work and work and work without rest, without recuperating, without refilling. It's like your car, right? Whether it's EV or it uses gasoline or petrol, it just doesn't run and run and run and run without you having to refill the tank. That's how we humans are, right? So there's a reason why all over the world, everywhere shuts down like about once a week or so. Come on. You need to take a break. Take breaks. Take breaks. Okay. Every week, there is at least one day that I stay indoors and I don't go anywhere. Right? Secondly, build into your daily routine intake. You got to eat, right? You got to feed your soul. So every day I'm reading or I'm watching something on YouTube or whatever, because I've got to feed my mind, right? Because I give out so much practically every day. I've also got to have intake. You've got to create the time. Don't be deceived, right? It is self-deception to think that because people are placing so much demand on you, you can go and give and give and give and give without resting and without your own regular intake. You just find out somewhere along the line, the energy just completely leaves. Okay. Let me stop talking like an expert. There was a time when, and let me be vulnerable. So there was a time that 30 to 25 years ago when I used to break down. My health would just break down, right? Yeah. My immune system would just crash. And that's because I wasn't resting enough. I was responding to the demands. I was going out to speak practically every day and all that. Oh, trying to save the world. There was this particular day, we were running an event and every ounce of energy left my body. I had to shout for my voice to get into the microphone, right? So I actually had to stop, hand over to my assistant, and I went into my office. Pain hit me like it had never done before. There was pain in my bone marrow. There was no position that was comfortable. I sat down, I wasn't comfortable. I stood up, I wasn't comfortable. I had to lay on the rug. And when the event was over, then my wife came and I said she should drive me home. And I requested for a friend who's a medical doctor, you know, he was my friend then, told him to come check me at home. When he came home, he said, look, it's stress. It's stress. I said, no, I think this is worse. I think something bad has happened. I said, I've never had pain like this before. It's in my bone marrow. He said, there's nothing. I said, you've got to take my blood. You've got to do my blood work. He said, there is no need. I said, test my blood. They tested my blood. There was nothing. It was just stress. Right? So I've learned my lessons, right? I've learned my lessons. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't resting well, you know, and all that. Excuse me, you're not designed like if people who don't take a break, who don't take a vacation, they are not as productive as people that take vacations. Isn't that amazing? And when I started taking vacations, I was shocked. Some of the most powerful ideas I've gotten that moved our work forward came during vacations. It's amazing. So that's it. I don't joke with my vacations. When I get my diary for the year, the vacations are there. The family breaks are there, right? Those ones go in first. Oh, yes. I take breaks. I have my daily input. I watch my diet, eat, I take multivitamins, and so on. I try to keep fit, right? But maybe the overall thing is your vision, actually. Your vision. Your vision. How long do you want to be around for, and how relevant do you want to be all through? I want to be relevant. I want to have something to give right up to when I take my last breath. I'm not planning to retire, right? I may retire, from certain positions, but I'm not going to retire from giving the original value that was wired into me by the Creator, because there'll never be a replacement for me again, right? Good. And I want to enjoy it as I do it, okay? Flexibility matters. Flexibility matters. When I started 30 years ago, I had to go on radio. To go on radio, I had to write the script. My editor edited it. We had to travel a long distance to find a studio where we did the recording. Then my personal assistant took the tape reels and a long distance to the outskirts of Lagos to deliver to the radio station to broadcast. The world has changed. And where did I have to go? I'm sitting in front of a laptop and I'm reaching people in many countries right now. The world has changed. So I would say that also matters, that you're adapting and changing as the environment is changing, as people's needs are changing, as technology, the means for your trade are changing. Make sure you're adapting and changing. Sometimes you literally need to reinvent. You need to become a new person altogether. Shift your thinking to remain relevant. Whoa, what a session today. What a session. I hope this has been really, really helpful. Some people ask, do you do one-on-one? Do you do one-on-one with people? Absolutely, yes. It's just that right now, I'm not getting younger, so I invest most of my time with C-suite leaders. If you want to find out about that, send me an email. Send me an email. I do coaching for my priorities right now: presidents, governors, high-level leaders in government, and then high-level leaders in the business sector and in the non-profit sector. Why? Because their decisions affect a lot of people. Just send me an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com, and let's discuss how to structure it for you. Don't forget also, if you have a conference, a training for your organization, I do speaking, I do training. Yes, it's all about adding value, right? And ensuring that people in our community experience big jumps in the fulfillment of their dreams. Thank you so much for being a part of our event today. Oh, we have what we call the inner circle. We have the inner circle. I was with them last Thursday in a Zoom meeting. We meet once a month. So if you go on my Linktree, again, the link in my bio on the platform where you are, you'll see the link to the inner circle and get some more information about that, right? linktr.ee/Sam Adeyemi. You'll see all the programs, all the products, all the ways that we seek to add value to you. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. We'll see you again next week, right? Have a good evening, good night, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now. Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink, it's a time to multiply. It's a time to expand. And that's exactly what we'll be doing at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable on May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. I have passionately supported entrepreneurs and high-level professionals the last few decades to unleash their potential and to realize them. So this is going to be a very special event. I'm inviting two of my experienced business friends to join me in answering questions, in solving real problems. So the smartest thing you could do right now, grab your seats, and then I'll see you on May 23.